Guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna record an ABBA video. Yeah, so I want to give my thoughts. So, like, I forget. I got her to 1,000, right? That was, like, my goal. It's usually my goal for all the DLC characters. I get them to 1,000 points. And so this was, this wasn't any different. And I would say, like, this was actually probably the easiest run to 1,000, I think. In all honesty, between all the DLC characters I've played. Just the way like she started to click. Like, but I think what was hard about her is at the very beginning when you're trying to like learn how to move with her, develop like a game plan on how to win or whatever. It's pretty tricky, right? Because like you're like there's like actually like a lot to learn realistically for this character at the very beginning, right? Well, first you can't even like play the game when you're like right like I guess let me explain. Abba is like a character in the game right here. She holds a giant key, and she has two modes, right? She has normal girl mode and then jealous girl mode, right? This is right? And so just to show you like quickly how different it is, right? Like this is me forward dashing with Abba in normal girl mode, right? But if I activate like angry girl mode, like you are so fast and you're super juiced. You are incredibly blessed, basically, right? And so your game plan just boils down to survive, 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 activate girl mode or super girl mode, and then you just win the game. And that's as far as I can tell. That's just how it works. like you're just like you are a ball of destruction just waiting to be unleashed on the opponent. It's super great. It feels so good. Like it's such a rewarding play style, and I think that's what's kind of missing in this game. It's kind of like how a lot of like true grapplers kind of play. Like it kind of reminds me of playing Potemkin, right? In a sense that you kind of play for that big read, right? And then you kind of hopefully can snowball into your win condition, right? And in that regard, I think Abba probably is also very similar, but I think her win condition might be a little bit more. I'm like really hesitant to say more stable than Potemkin's, right? And it's really fun. Like it's super engaging, right? And I think what's been really the coolest thing about playing ABBA so far has been the improvement of me as a player, just playing, right? I don't think a lot of people have talked about this, right? But because ABBA, right, like in normal girl mode, right, you are pretty flawed. Your movement is really stilted. Your normals are actually pretty fine. Like I think having this move is all you need, in all honesty, like to win. And you have coupled with this, all of these little tools kind of make her. I mean, I think she's fine in normal mode. I mean, she could probably use some quality of life issues. Like I mentioned this, right? 2K2D not hitting at max range is really annoying, but that's like the only thing I would probably have addressed for this character right now, currently in my current mindset. But anyways, let me go back to this. So, what did I really learned about playing ABBA? Like my defense is just improved. Like I've gotten so much more patient because like you don't have to do anything. Like you just sit here and you wonder how your opponent's going to play. Because I think what happens is that as you get better with this character, they realize if you activate, you win the game. It's like that simple. If you activate, you're gonna win the game, right? Like so, kind of what happens is that you activate, you go da, you hit them, and they just die, right? And then sometimes you hit them, they burst, and then you just this is what happens. You burst, and you go oh no, and then you activate this super, and then you run in at them and you do a mix up, and then they die. It's like so flowcharty at this point that I'm just kind of like laughing really hard. It might be also given to the fact that she's still relatively new, and players are having a hard time dealing with her high-low game. But you know, whatever. I really think what makes this character really like exceptional though is the fact that you will have to become a better player. You'll have to learn how to use every tool in the game to kind of like facilitate your win, right? And this means that, and I mean every tool, right? Like you're gonna be doing like stuff like I can't even do this for though. It's like that. You're gonna be really sneaky. You're gonna be really careful. You're gonna be taking advantage of her parry, even as crappy as it is. Um, but like all everything she has can be used to make your opponent anxious, and I love it. So like a good example, right? This is probably like my favorite thing, right? So like she like this is just normal girl mode, right? So she has the three normals. The I guess Rekka. Am I forgetting one? Oh, I guess keep her out, but we'll worry about that later. The big thing about these, like this move and this move, and also I guess conjunction with this move, you can make it really hard for your opponent to even like have a neutral attempt on you. So like I'm gonna have Kai do this, right? So I'm pretty sure I can just hop over this. Yeah, like you could just hop over the stuff and then go into a combo or whatever and kill your opponent, right? And so like, cause like her actual pressure when she's on top of you, even in normal girl mode, is actually really obnoxious, right? Like you just you have a free guard crush using the key grab, right? Which leaves you at +2, and you're like either you're usually out of range for a throw, but it puts you in a scenario where you're getting like the biggest thing is you're building key gauge and you're building meter for yourself, right? And so once that happens, right, once you have any amount of like key gauge, like once you have like a little bit over half, I would say you're pretty good to go to just put the fear of God in your opponent. Like you just straight up go like I'll be like I can't even explain how much of a high I get going. Oh, like it's kind of crazy because like I'm a pretty decent player, right? And like I literally just go like if I look at the life bars, I look at the meter bars, and I see that like I'm in a situation where I have like I get it's like kind of like StarCraft where I have my build order figured out and I know how exactly what to do to win the match. And it's I don't know why this hasn't clicked with me for like characters like Sin or Elfel or whatever. It's just literally like I just go, oh, I'm gonna win the game, and it's like, and it's all because of this mode right here, right? The Supergirl mode. You just literally it's so empowering. It's so empowering to be able to have a character. And it's kind of funny because um like you can just run down any character, and I think what I'm just jumping around. I just want to just make a video. So this move beats just about everything. Like I'm gonna have to switch this off. So like, uh, I thought like maybe the overhead is just like it's an overhead, right? But I didn't realize that like your opponent can't do shit. Like they are at the mercy of you as a character once you are activated. What was I doing? I forgot what I was trying to. Oh, I was activating this, right? Yeah. I remember now. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna activate. I'm gonna turn on my character specific mode. We're turning on Angry Girl mode, continuous. This is not intended. Um, right. So look at that. You just beat this clean, like clean. I don't have to try to time this, right? So just imagine like all those players that just like flail buttons into you. You just activate this and just run them in with this, and you will beat every single button in the game. It's absolutely insane that you just literally just go, I am going in on you. You must deal with this, right? And I am kind of curious. I don't think it's actually punishable. It might even be safe if you do this. If you space this properly, this is probably going to be plus. Let's see here. Let me get this pro see. Do it from here. Yeah. Okay, it's not safe. Well, it's safe. It's safe. Right. Right. I mean, I was just trying to think about like if there's gonna be a scenario where Alba can actually just like start like mashing jab. There is actually. I'm pretty sure like you can start mashing jab after that because the overhead has enough active frames to make it plus, which is also in its own right incredibly terrifying. But I think what makes like Abba like incredibly intricate, right, is that she has all these tiny little like, intricate things that her special moves can do to interact with the opponent that I think once you get really good with her, I think she's just gonna probably perform really well in the scene. Just because like once you start getting your flowchart down, like they have to play such a specific way against you that like it's easy for you as a player to map out what you need to do to win. And like as far as I could tell, right? I mean, I've played quite a few people, and I think I'm getting the grasp of her. I'm still not quite as good with her as I am with like Sin, but she's just a little bit more complicated. But I think just given some time, I'll be able to do it, right? Um, but I guess I want to talk about. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like weird because I see people like say like oh like talk like a lot of people have been like kind of like talking down about her how she's weak and whatever, and I don't really see that. Like I see it like when you look at an overall character's power level, you shouldn't really be influenced by something. I'm literally just something I also want to get off the top of my head or get off my head. Is that what the saying is? Well, anyways, the thing I want to say is that I think the way you should approach her is, well, it's kind of cool that if you do this, you just stay permanently activated. Is that she improves you as a player, and you will start to like really have to intricately understand the slight dynamics between her and the character. It's like it's a really good way to understand how a matchup truly needs to be played. for this kind of character. Like it's kind of cool. Like when I play Sin, I literally just bulldog my way into a victory, right? I don't have to know what my opponent does. I can just literally just flowchart and win, right? But with ABBA, I need to actually play. I have to navigate neutral to some degree, right? I have to play the game. God forbid I actually have to play Strive for more than like 5 seconds sometimes, right? I can actually play until I become a god. And so for the people that are like, oh, hesitant, like maybe, oh, you think she's weak, I would say you're gonna, if you're able to endure the part where the very initial like hurdle of her being like unable to move and start really adapting to how she interacts with other characters, she has the tools. Like she has the tools of like it's like Potemkin, right? Except like maybe your Mega Fist, like you don't quite have a Mega Fist, which solves a lot more problems directly. Um, but you do have the tools, right? Between the what is it? Um, what's about this? There we go. Like I mentioned, right? You have hop kick and slide, right? Like I mean, this is actually a little bit tricky. Oh shoot, this is actually a little bit harder to use because it's actually not going to be punished a lot of times. Uh, I typically use this like when they jump on top of me, like if they do something like some kind of like shenanigan like this, dodge it like that or something. I actually won a match earlier because of that. Like someone jumped in on me and then I just literally slid underneath it, and I was at pixels and I just remember going, oh, I guess like I literally just saw it. I go, oh, you're in the corner. You have no burst. I think you lose now. Like just straight up, I think you lose. And I think that's what's really cool. Like, man, you gotta give her a shot, dude. Just play Ava. She's sick. She's super, super sick. I really do think she's probably the funnest character I've played in Strive right now. I think hands down the funnest character. I think in all honesty, I think Strive is missing characters like this, like with like distinct flaws. I think all the characters are too strong as they are, and it kind of makes for like a really seldomly interesting game because everyone kind of just like is oppressive, oppressive, oppressive. Whereas you have Abba who's just like, help me, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shoot, you lose. I'm sorry. Forgive me for my sins. I feel like it's so funny because I'll be playing players, and then I go like if I activate it, I just go, oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for them just because I know they're not going to be able to win. Like the people that play Strive just kind of have like a hard time not pressing buttons against her, and they don't know. Like if you have to play, like the thing about it is you have to play really patiently. You have to like kind of like wait her out and let the gauge run out. But if you press buttons into her, you're just gonna lose. It's that simple. If you just press buttons into Abby, you just lose. And because anytime you attack, like you give her a chance to do anything, it's just a chance for you to like for her to win. And I love it, man. It's funny, man. Just play Abba. That's what I'm gonna say at this video. I don't know, man. Like I wanted to make a video. This is what this is. All right. I am gonna be streaming a little bit more ABBA today. After that, I don't know, man. I might be turtling until I get the next DLC character out. All right, guys. Take care of yourself, man. You have a good one.